So, the book we're going to be talking about today is called A Corner of the Universe, and it's by Anne M. Martin. Uh, One of my favorite passages from this book is by the main character, and she says, Adam told me about lifting the corners the second time I met him, but I had no idea what he meant. Now I think I do. It's all about changing what's handed to you, about poking around a little bit. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, but at least you're exploring, and life's always more interesting that way. So, this story follows an 11 to 12-year-old girl named Hattie Owen in her hometown in the summer of 1960. And every summer, she has this idea that it's going to be an uneventful time. She's going to spend most of the summer helping her parents out with their boarding school or their boarding house, and she's going to spend part of the time at the fair that comes through her town every summer. This summer, however, things change uh, exponentially. Her cousin, who is around 21 years old, comes home for the first time in 10 years because his school that he was at, it's a school to Hattie because she doesn't know any better, is actually a mental institution because his school closes down and he has to come home and live with his parents. So Hattie starts spending a lot of time with him and learns a lot of lessons from her cousin throughout this story. I think that this book is appropriate for middle school age kids because the main character in the story is around their age, so it's relatable for them. And also, I believe that that's around the time where kids start noticing differences between them and other people that are more than just skin color or hair color, things of that nature. They start noticing more internal differences. So I think that this book would be a good introduction to um, teaching children about people with mental disabilities and how they're really exactly the same as we are. They just have a difficult time with certain things. I don't want to ruin the ending for you, but the story closes with Hattie kind of reflecting on the summer that she had and the lessons that she learned from it. And one of those lessons is that, 10% of life is what happens to you, and 90% is how you react to it. So she really learns to not take things at face value and um, be a much more thoughtful person